Hey, what's up you guys? So today I have here the Samsung Notebook 9 15-inch EXT in Light Titan. And let me tell you, I'm a convert. I'm officially a Samsung fanboy. I know what you're saying. I should have got the MacBook Pro. You know, everybody, gets a MacBook Pro when you do YouTube, when you do graphics, get a Mac. But I don't like Mac. I pretty much have my little Samsung empire right here. And yes, I got a case to match this laptop. I wanted a laptop that really fit me as a person. I wanted it to combine mobility. Look how thin this is. In comparison, look at my Galaxy Note 5 and look how thin this laptop is. And yes, if you haven't noticed, it has ports. Yes, Mac people, Apple I mean. Yes, Apple, this has ports. It has 2 USB ports. It has a micro SD card slot and you're like, what? Why would I use a micro SD card slot? But I tried it already. This has those click mechanism that it actually goes inside, so you could technically use this as expandable storage, kind of like your Galaxy phone. So you could put all your music, your videos in here, install some apps to let it run through like a really great high-class micro SD card slot. Full HDMI, a 3.5mm headphone jack, another USB. It has a barrel charger, and it could also be powered by a Thunderbolt and USB-C port. So yes, you could put your phone charger battery pack on this to charge it, and also you could use an external GPU. So if you're looking for a laptop to replace a desktop, maybe think of this. But now we go into the specs. So the compromise of having such a thin, light, beautiful laptop that has a 180 hinge is that it's not as powerful as a MacBook, but it's still powerful. So it has a 2.7 gigahertz processor, Kaby Lake, that goes up to 3.5 gigahertz during turbo boost, but it's a dual core. Dual core. Yeah, dual core. So in terms of single core performance, it's gonna be awesome. So most games, it's gonna work just fine. You're gonna twiddle down because I'm gonna talk about the graphics card in a bit. But web browsing, speed, video playback speed, everything is a speed. It's just when it comes to video production, this is when you notice it. And I'm not talking about while using the app, because this has 16 gigabytes of RAM. So there's no slowing down when you're actually working. There's no slowing down in the previews. But once you go to render times, this is when it gets slower. But maybe if you come back, when you come back from, let's say you're a MacBook 13-inch user, it's probably the same speed in terms of rendering time. So I edited a 7-minute vlog. I didn't upload that, but that 7-minute vlog took around 15 to 20 minutes, I was pretty sure. But on my desktop computer, which has an i5, but it's quad core and it's always at 3.5 gigahertz, it's a workstation. It's really old. I'm thinking of building a new computer. But anyways, it would take 7 minutes to process that video. So if you're like me, that doesn't really bother me because I have this computer to edit on. So like Photoshop works fine. Just be aware that like if you do After Effects, it might not be the laptop for you. But it has, in graphics cards wise, it has Nvidia Optimus technology. So basically the Kaby Lake processor has a Intel, from the top of my head, it has an Intel 620. So this is low powered. It's what runs it when you're just web browsing, because you don't need something to hog the power, and you're like, it's for battery life, and battery life is crazy. But anyways, there's the Nvidia 940MX in this at 2 gigabytes of DDR3. So yes, it's DDR3, not DDR5, so it's not as powerful, but it runs games, last generation games. So if you're looking for a gaming laptop, no, this is not a gaming laptop, but it plays League of Legends really well. It plays Diablo 3 really well. And I installed Overwatch, and fiddling with the settings, it's not amazing, but you could get 60 frames at a decent resolution. And maybe if this is your only laptop, you won't notice a difference, but obviously since I have a desktop, I could see like a difference in the graphics. But it plays at a stable 55 to 60 frames at the settings, and I took a screen recording of it if you want to see. So if you're looking for an all-around power and mobility and fashionable, look at that. Light Titan, amazing. with a fingerprint reader that is super fast. Get it? But if you're looking for more details, continue watching, you know. I like it. I really like this keyboard. It is amazing. It has slightly curved keycaps, but with such a beautiful design comes at a cost. There's a backlighting here, and it's a green color. And you know, I actually don't mind a green color, but if you could probably see, you probably can't because I'm facing the sun, the function lock and the power are blue lit. So basically, why is the keyboard light green? It could have been blue, you know, or these lights could have been green. But it's really such a weird combination, and maybe that's just me with a bit of like design OTD, well, design ADD or something, or OCD. It kind of irks me. And furthermore, from that backlighting, it actually makes the keyboard harder to see. So basically you can't really just like set a level of it. It's automatic, and then you set like high or low, whatever. So I set mine on low, and let's say I'm in a sort of dark lecture hall, the light will automatically turn on, and then I can't even see the key, so I have to pump up the brightness, and then it's like this gross green that I don't want to see. So that's one gripe. But since I don't really care, because I'm not like on the computer in the dark or something, so I've never really used the backlight. And then another gripe is this flex is, I don't know what this flex is. This flex, it's terrible. Terrible flex with the fact that this laptop is so light. And yes, I don't consider like, I don't want a laptop heavy, but like sometimes I think this is a bit too light, where I kind of feel like it's so fragile. But it's not. This is a magnesium alloy, but the flex is a bit, it's a bit like kind of gets me scared. Gets me really scared, since especially this is expensive as a student. But this turns heads. People look like, what is this laptop this guy has? And the fact is, at the end of the day, and I'll be honest, it is perfect. It is super perfect for me. I've always liked, because I'm not like an anti-Apple person, but I've always admired Apple for having this great ecosystem, and I really appreciate that Samsung is trying to be the company that makes, you know, an ecosystem. And I don't know, I feel like a lot of people don't support Samsung other than their phones, and I want to be one of the first to say like, look, Samsung for life, Samsung till I die. Goodbye, Steve Jobs, you know, goodbye. That's why it's time for Samsung to rise. It is time for Samsung to rise. Anyways, I'll be honest, I'm not a fan of this case. So for that video, I don't need it anymore, so back to my original baby. Anyways, I'm gonna review the Note 5 in the future because it's 2017. The Note 8 has not been announced yet, but you know, some people might still be interested in the Note 5 because the Note 7 is dead. And I want to talk about in the future how this smartwatch pretty much changed my life in a good way. Bye.